What's going on, everybody? This is Not Your Mama's Podcast. This is the pilot episode. Welcome. My name is Devin, and this is
Ski.
Nice to meet y'all, man. Thank you for tuning in. This is the first episode. Let's jump right into it. Our first segment, Disappointed Mama. Man, oh man. Kaka's ex-wife, man. Let's give us some insight on that, Ski.
So, as you may know or not, Kaká, he was born with AC Milan and Real Madrid. All the soccer fans, you know who Kaká is. So, apparently his wife divorced him because he was too perfect. She said that he did everything you wanted. Cooked, cleaned, all the stuff. 10 out of 10 husband. But she kept feeling like something was missing. Just think about that. He did everything on her checklist. And still couldn't do it.
She was just bored, man. Everything, like it was too much. 10 out of 10 husband, perfect. And she was just bored. I'm out. Kind of reminds me of that Michael B. Jordan situation.
Yes.
When Lori Harvey left Michael B. When we was all looking at it like, if Michael B. can't keep a girl and he's him, what chance do we stand, dog? Like, I don't know. Women out here just, it's like they don't know what they want. And even when they get it, after a while, they don't want it no more.
Yes.
It's tough out here.
Well, on the bright side, another woman has decided to be with Kaká, so he's still fighting a good fight. But on to the next part, we have hip-hop beef with Drake. So, Devo, as I know you are a hard Drake fan, so tell us what's going on with that.
All right, so basically, what Drake has going on, if you haven't heard, if you're living under a rock, it's Drake beef versus everybody. Drake is going at mainly Kendrick Lamar, right? We all heard the Kendrick bar on the Metro Boomin Future album most recently. Kendrick was pretty much dissing him and J. Cole, talking about how Kendrick is the top dog, right? And dissing the big three, talking about there is no big three, it's just Big Me. Drake fired back with a diss track of his own, a whole track, where he dissed not just Kendrick, but he dissed The Weeknd, he was dissing Future, he was dissing Rick Ross. A whole slew of people, especially Metro Boomin on the drums. That boy got told to make some beats. Rick Ross fired back a few hours later after Drake released his track. Now the world is waiting on Kendrick to drop his own response. And Drake just released his song today. The diss track today is an official song called Push Ups, and it's on Spotify right now. So, you already know I got that on the playlist. I'm locked in. And we all just want to see what Kendrick is going to reply with.
Yes. Also, I want to see if Metro is going to actually pull out some rapping, or is she going to fall victim to just play those drums, Metro?
You think this is going to be like a Metro, kind of like a Kanye outing, where he goes from producing to rapping?
It's a hard one to decide. I'm hoping that he makes a hard enough beat.
You can't respond with a beat, though.
I understand, but at least if he makes the hardest beat possible and then raps on it too, and it'd be interesting. So we'll see. We'll see.
Well, if I'm Drake and Metro drops a beat, I'm just going to rap on his beat. Could you imagine dissing Metro with his own beat?
That'd be interesting.
That's like stepping you with your own drumstick.
And then on to our next segment, we talk about public affairs, just what's been happening in the media. So first thing we have, OJ passed away.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. And so I'm an avid person of not liking Fortnite. So I believe there should be certain celebrity skins in there that help make the game popular. As you know, right now, Avatar Last Airbender is the newest series to come out on Fortnite. I know everybody's been loving that. So I just think just to represent OJ, just give us that football skin this one time.
I don't support this. I just want to let y'all know that right now I don't support this idea.
I'm just saying, maybe just give us the getaway car in a Bronco just to make it a little more interesting.
That would be interesting, but OJ himself in the game, nah. I don't think it's a kid's game, man. What's OJ gonna do in the game?
Hey man,
hasn't he killed enough?
We don't know that.
Hasn't he killed enough?
We don't know that.
But if you add him to the game, he's guaranteed killing. Guaranteed killing.
It's fictional.
Is it though?
Yes.
OJ was a real person.
He was.
Okay.
But killing in the game is fictional.
Not according to SAO. For those of y'all who don't know, SAO is Sword Art Online.
How are you gonna call the show and not know?
I forgot already, man. Next up on our public affairs, Keanu Reeves has been casted as Shadow in the new Sonic movie.
Yes.
How you feeling about that?
Oh, you got John Wick now playing as Shadow. I hope that he does put tails in the ground.
That's some Air Force energy, dog. Some dark Air Force energy.
Yes.
Man. So, confession, I have never seen a John Wick movie.
And so you don't realize how much you've been blessed to have him with Shadow.
I don't. I do not.
You see Matrix?
No.
Oh,
No. I know. I have a slew of movies I need to watch. I need to catch up on.
But what do you know Keanu Reeves from then?
I just know him from. Well, he's in Fortnite actually because he deserves to be in that game.
Yeah,
Unlike
John Wick.
Exactly, he's John Wick and O.J. Simpson is O.J. Simpson. But I know him from Fortnite, and I know he was John Wick, and
So you don't know him prior to 2018.
the John Wick trailers. What else is Keanu Reeves in?
The man, the Matrix franchise that ruled the early they were 1999 2000.
Was I okay? But I was like 4.
Everybody saw it.
Next, what else was he in?
This classic that everybody talks about, Wayne's World.
Okay, next.
And then, Constantine. He was the first live action Constantine.
All right.
And he's done multiple action movies.
So what we're saying is I got to catch up on my John Wick history. I'm gonna have a John Wick marathon this weekend. I'm gonna catch up, and then I know everything about it for next week.
I hope you would.
Even though like my favorite actor is Ryan Reynolds because
He's a comedic actor.
And
This is Keanu Reeves.
you act like you think Ryan Reynolds couldn't be John Wick.
No.
You think John Wick is better than Deadpool?
Yes.
That's a hot take.
Because
That's a hot take.
you have to see all movies to understand.
That's still a hot take. Better than Deadpool?
So I understand you're a big Spider-Man fan.
But Deadpool.
Anyway, on to the next segment.
That's crazy.
We got T. Oh yeah, what's the T Swizzle and Cheap Traps? Explain that for us.
All right, so again, you have to live under a rock to not know who T Swizzle is, to not know that her and Travis Kelce tied in for the Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs. I'm not a fan. I just love great athletes. But they started dating this past football season, attracted a lot more attention to the game of football than we've ever seen before. And today, T Swizzle dropped an album with a song on there. I don't know the name of the song because I don't listen to her like that. But with a song on there basically talking about her and Trav, and people are speculating this about their relationship. Some positive vibes going there. I'm sure the NFL fans are going to hate it. I'm sure Swifties are going to love it. But it's just another nod, to the game of sports. T Swizzle is overall bringing in a lot of fans to the NFL, and I think it's overall good for the game. So,
Oh, did you just phrase her as T Swizzle and her name's Taylor Swift?
T Swizzle. Like if I was gonna walk up to Taylor Swift right now, I'd be like,
Yeah, I really should have read this.
"What's up, T Swizzle?"
I really should have read the script before we started.
What you mean?
Anyway, on the athlete's foot.
I'm just saying, like, I would have walked up. What up, T Swizz? Type.
On to our next segment, which is athlete's foot. This is where we talk about our sports media, how the sports going on right now. As you know, basketball is hot. That's the main sport.
Right now, my team is playing right now. Chicago Bulls playing Miami Heat right now.
Jimmy, I hope you win.
Jimmy is injured.
Well, I hope the Heat finish the job.
They're not going to. They're not like that. They beat us last year in the play-in tournament. They're not winning tonight. Matter of fact, I can check the score right now. Right now, and the score is. The score doesn't matter, but just know we're in the game right now. Okay, we're gonna win.
Anyway,
We're gonna win.
WNBA draft. How did you feel about it?
WNBA draft. So obviously we know women's basketball right now is heating up. We just had the tournament. Shout out South Carolina?
Yes.
Shout out South Carolina. They caught the dub. Second year in a row they went undefeated. They got their revenge against Caitlin Clark. But Caitlin Clark got drafted number 1 overall this year, WNBA draft. And we all thought she was crazy, right? She turned that deal from the Big Three and Ice Cube. But she signed a deal with Nike for 8 figures like this week.
Yes.
So that girl is making a bag. Shout out Caitlin Clark. What about you?
Yeah, I definitely thought that she should have went with the Big Three or the other basketball league that was trying to get her. But I see where the vision was coming. She knew that she went to the WNBA it'd be meaning more sponsors with more endorsements. So it was a smarter move because, as everybody knows, a lot of these professional teams, unless you're in football, baseball,
Soccer.
or soccer, you're not going to get paid that high. So it just makes more sense to just go to the professional league that's televised and then just get all the endorsements you can. So shout out to Nike for doing that for her.
And I really think it shows Caitlin Clark's devotion not to the money, but to women's sports. She'd rather go get drafted to the women's league. It's the best league, the most, popular women's sports league. She got drafted knowing she'd make less money. But honestly, like, what she could have did in the Big Three, she could have been playing against grown men in a league. Could you imagine her lighting it up? Lighting up against legends, like old school legends. Anybody that plays in the Big Three. Caitlin Clark, that would have been something revolutionary. So it would be cool at some point. Maybe when the WNBA is on like an off season in the summer, she plays a few games in the Big Three. It'd be revolutionary. We've never seen a pro basketball female play against pro males of any kind before. I mean, there's the All-Star game, but that doesn't really count. Yeah. So I think that would be an amazing sight to see. Great movement for women's basketball. Up next, NBA playoff picture. Pretty much here we want to talk about who do we think is going to come out the East, come out the West to compete for the NBA Finals championship.
In the East, I want to see Giannis get it, especially now that he has Dame, so maybe Dame will show up and they take it all the way.
Okay, so rolling off that though, Giannis right now is injured. The Bucks aren't scheduled to have him, potentially for this whole first series against the Pacers. So there's kind of a pivot in Milwaukee in their plans. But out of the East, if I had to choose one team, gun to my head, I'd probably choose. It would have to be Boston.
Yeah.
Boston right now, they were number one, head and shoulders above every other team in the league. They have Jason Tatum, they have Jaylen Brown. They've been to the finals, the conference finals, and the actual finals a few times already. They just haven't gotten the job done. They had their chance against the light-skinned GOAT, Steph Curry. He shut them down. But, hey, Tatum himself, light-skinned king, he might decide, like, this is my year. But out in the West, Denver is the number one favorite. They won it last year, the defending champs. Now the Warriors are knocked out, I think Denver probably has the best chance. What about you?
Actually, for the West, I mean, Denver's up there, obviously, but I like to see OKC be a sleeper and come and fight them in the conference finals.
That would be interesting.
Yes.
That'd probably be like a really cool redemption story for Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Obviously, we know they lost Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, James Harden way back in the day. For them to have a younger core that's really good and bring a chip home to that team.
Yeah.
That would be crazy.
I want to say OKC is top 3 seed.
They are.
Yeah, so I would like to see them be a sleeper and make the conference finals against Jokic.
That'd be amazing, especially because Shea probably has a chip on his back. That whole team has a chip on their back, obviously because they're young. They're not really supposed to be here. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, he was top 3 or top 4 in MVP voting. Mm-hmm. He's probably not going to win it. But imagine they take that team all the way to the finals and win somehow.
Yeah.
So that would be a lot of validation on his name and for Oklahoma City. Next up, we have Ryan Garcia versus Devin Haney. Just real quick, this is probably one of the most hyped fights that we've had, probably this year at least. Ryan Garcia, we know he talks a lot of trash. He has a lot of flair, a lot of charisma about him on social media. Sometimes he's kind of off the rails. He posts a little bit crazy. Anytime he promotes fights, it's always him posting like crazy stuff. He'll tag like mad celebrity girls that he's like taking pictures with or making out with or some weird stuff. Versus Devin Haney. I believe Devin Haney's undefeated. Ryan Garcia, I believe he's lost once or twice. But this is a very hype fight, man. I don't really care to pick who wins. I think they're both great fighters, but I think it'd be cool to see. What about you?
Well, I have an update on the fight. Garcia did not make weight, therefore it's not a title fight no more.
I saw that. And they made a bet where he said if he doesn't make weight for every pound he's over, he has to pay $500,000.
Yeah. So since he's 3 pounds over, it's 1.5 mil going to Haney.
I saw that. It does suck though, because it would be cool to be a championship fight.
Yeah.
But if he wins, then the belt that Haney has is just going to be vacated.
Yeah.
So.
And then we have Michael Porter Jr.,
his younger brother.
Yeah, his younger brother getting lifetime ban from the NBA for gambling. Now, as y'all know, the last 2 years, gambling across all professional leagues has been on high notice. As you know, Calvin Ridley was the first one to be excommunicated.
Yeah.
Then let the Jameson Williams and some more players in Detroit. Now it's made its way to the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
And now we have someone on a lifetime ban from the NBA.
Shameful.
At least Goodell gave him a year's suspension. Silver said, we're not letting you come back at all.
Which is crazy, because, like, there's been, like, domestic violence allegations on players, and they've gotten less time than this right here for betting. And he bet on himself, which is hilarious. He bet the under on himself or something like that. I think one of his friends bet, like, 80 grand. He was supposed to make, like, $1 million or something. The contract that he made in the NBA so far, he had made $2.2 million. And he was helping some guy win, like, $1 million. It's like, yo, if you just worked hard, you spent your whole life trying to get to the NBA, trying to get to the league, and instead you just lost it betting to make money. I don't understand that, man. I really don't understand that, like, at all. At least if you're gonna do something like that, if you want to bet that bad, if you're addicted that bad, do it through somebody else.
Yeah.
But through yourself, now he's lost the opportunity to play in the NBA. Yeah, he can play overseas. He can play, in Canada or something. Maybe the big three, but in the NBA, done. And that's the best league in the world.
Yeah. And then next part we got of is Shohei Ohtani. Ever since his transfer got caught stealing, what was it, 30 million from him?
Yeah, he stole some bags, man. He stole some
Now Shohei
generational
Ohtani
bags.
is speaking English in interviews. It's very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So this whole time he can speak English.
I don't know about the whole time. But
I don't know. It's interesting.
Nah, I think that since this came out with his interpreter getting fired and take that money, they're like, hey, listen, man, this would never happen if you could have spoke English. Or they're like, listen, you need to learn this language now. That way you don't need an interpreter.
Yeah.
I think that's what happened. Because, I mean, if I lost 30 mil because I couldn't speak a language, best believe I'll be on Duolingo the next day.
That's true.
Best believe.
And I want to say Shohei is one of the only foreign athletes in baseball that doesn't speak English.
Really?
Because you think about, you got all the Dominicans, you got there's more Japanese players. All of them speak English at some point.
Mm.
And I think the only one that has an interpreter that was known for was Shohei.
Well, I mean, now he sees why he shouldn't have one.
Yeah.
That's for sure. Next up, we have Loving in a Light-Skinned World. This is where Ski and I discuss all of our dating preferences, whatever we're potentially going through throughout our dating lives. We may or may not disclose. It depends on the day, depends on the situation. Dating apps, man. We got Hinge, Tinder, Facebook dating.
Bumble.
I honestly forgot about Bumble. I don't even be on that anymore. But, man, so many pet peeves with dating apps, man. Like, don't you hate when you're swiping on somebody and then they put a group picture on their profile?
Yes. Please.
Oh
for anybody, male or female, if you're going to make a dating profile, don't put your friends in the picture.
Nah.
Because that cute person that liked your photo may not actually like you.
Mm-mm.
They're after your friend.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to be angry.
Yep.
So please, don't do a group photo.
Group photos, nah. Pictures of your dog. Listen, it's a dating app. This is for you and me. I understand you like your dog. It's fluffy. It's cute. It wags its tail. Whatever. Listen, I'm trying to date you. Your dog is like a bonus. He's like an additional, like a side piece. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could be chilling with you in bed and he can come cuddle, whatever. But like, at the end of the day, I'm trying to date you. I'm trying to get to know you. I'm going to get to know your dog at some point in time, but I can see him in person. You know what I'm saying?
Understood. I definitely feel that. And then next one I've noticed this recently on the apps. Dave, I don't know if you noticed it as well, but if you're pregnant, please don't be on that app. Please don't. I understand you're looking for some friends, but the dating app is not.
Again, dating app. If you are currently pregnant, I don't understand. Like, is it supposed to be like a 2-for-1 deal? Is it a combo? Like BOGO? Like, it's a dating app. People, if you're pregnant, I'm going to assume that you and baby daddy, whoever knocked you up, I'm going to be like, yeah, they're probably somehow still involved. If you're 3-4 months pregnant, like you're showing, okay, like, I'm really going to assume that somebody is still involved. It's not, you can't ask somebody, it's crazy unrealistic to be like, hey, like, it's me and my child who's not even born yet. That's the package deal you're signing up for. That's hard to do. That's really hard to do. It's different if your kid's already born. that shows me at least some time has passed. You're currently with child. Like, that's tough. Like, imagine going on a first date. Like, do you expect me to be at the birth? Like, you want to be in a hospital room holding your hand like it's my kid? That's tough. That's real tough. I don't know if I can commit to that. That's tough.
And for PSA, we're not saying we're against single mothers.
Nah,
we're not saying at all. All we're saying is, please wait until after you conceive the child.
Please.
And then come after us.
And take a break.
Yes.
You need one. You should be focused on Kegels and, pushing and baby names and gender reveals and,
right.
Your Amazon wish list for what you're going to want for
that registry that you always want your friends to sign up to see.
Exactly. That's what you should be focused on. Dating apps can wait till at least after it's out. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Get it together, women. Get it together.
Mm-hmm. And then our next part of it. Is it wrong to crush on your best friend? Dad, how do you feel about that?
All right. So me personally, I have always crushed my best friend. Whoever I have been the closest to, female-wise, that calendar year, or however long it is, that's typically the person I go after. That person knows me better than anybody else. I tell that girl everything. We probably vibe the best. We probably got the best, like, the most common interest. I just feel like it's the best person to, gravitate towards. Now, I understand the argument, like, oh my God, like, we just, I don't want to ruin our friendship. Nah, because if we really work out, we're going to have something greater than this friendship. And if we don't, we can go back to being best friends. Like, if we're that close that we just can't live without each other, then we'll work it out.
I feel that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm starting to understand that crushing on best friend thing. Growing up, I wasn't that many close with female friends, so it didn't hit me the same. But now that I've gotten older, I understand the importance of having female friends around you. So I am starting to have that type of crushing on female best friends. I understand it now. Now, am I going to go super deep on it? We'll see. But the moment I do understand the importance of having female best friends, they help you out a lot.
They do.
Especially when they tell you, no, she's not good for you. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Or they'll say something like, what would you do without me? And
yes,
I probably wouldn't be here. I don't know.
Exactly.
Next, we have anime review. So, this upcoming month, I believe I want to say May 4th, My Hero Season 7 comes out. Right now, they're having a 4-episode recap of the entire show. So if you want to catch up on a speed blitz, you got 4 episodes to do it, and you have approximately about 3 weeks before Season 7 drops. Ty, I understand you've been binge watching the crap out of that show. How do you feel about it now that you finished?
Now that I finished, I'm finally glad I think I was on a 2-year hiatus on it.
Jeez.
Not on purpose, it's just I forgot to go back on Hulu and finish it.
That's crazy.
But now that I have Crunchyroll, I went through Crunchyroll and spent these last 2 weeks watching seasons 5 and 6, so I'm good now. I'm ready.
Word. So, fun fact, I don't really cry that often, maybe like once every year and a half. But watching that last season, man, I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but what Deku goes through, he's on a Batman-esque arc.
Yes.
And I don't know, that got to me, man. I was watching him do his thing. I was watching him on his perspective, watching the Class A perspective and how much they wanted to be there for him in his struggle. That got to me. That really got to me. So, if you need an anime recommendation, I would definitely recommend My Hero if you like superheroes, Spider-Man, Batman, DC, Marvel, whatever. Very similar in class and genre to that. So, shout out to My Hero. Next, Ski and I watched Kaiju number 8. First episode dropped this past week. If you're familiar with anime, very close, in my opinion, to Attack on Titan. I think that the main character is going to have a similar arc with Eren. Not in terms of what Eren ends up becoming in that show, if you know what I'm saying, but he does have to end up harnessing a power that's presented to him in the show, and then I believe he's going to use that power to fight for the sake of humanity.
Now, I understand that Dev said Attack on Titan.
Mm-hmm.
To me, that's a horrible reference for this show. I would say more likes on a softer side of Tokyo Ghoul. That's a way better comparison because it's going to throw you off if you say Attack on Titan.
Debatable.
So I would say if you've seen Tokyo Ghoul, you'll understand. If you haven't, Attack on Titan might be more relatable.
I have not. Yeah, that is fair. I've never seen Tokyo Ghoul.
Yeah.
Next, daily endeavors. This is pretty much the part where Ski and I talk about what we're doing in our daily lives, maybe this upcoming week, maybe things that have happened this past week. First off, Monkey Man. Ski and I went and saw that. Now, that, to my understanding, is similar to John Wick, but the Indian version. I thought it was amazing from beginning to end. There was some fight scenes in that movie that I had never seen before. Yes. Mans was fighting. He was, I think it was one of like the final scene where he bit off that guy's face. Yeah. And that was just ruthless, man. Like, I don't even know. If I was him in his situation, I don't know what I would do.
Yeah, so in this scene, the Monkey Man, he's running from the cops. He just busted out the back of a cruiser. And as he's running through, he runs to a brothel by mistake. Mm-hmm. And the manager of the brothel chases him with a hatchet. The manager kills one of his associates with the hatchet and keeps going at the Monkey Man.
He did not care.
And then eventually, Monkey Man gets on top of the manager, bites his nose off, and keeps fighting him. Craziest scene you'll see in a brawl.
Bro killed his own employee. That workers' comp must be worth nothing.
Exactly.
Absolutely nothing, dog. Next, Ski and I hit the golf range. What, last weekend?
Yeah.
So I don't golf. Like swinging clubs and that whole thing is not really my style. But I went ahead and tried it for the first time. Ski, what taking my form, man?
Right now, Steph is in the learning stages of golf, so it's going to take some time for him to get used to techniques.
That's a good way for him to say that I'm really, really bad.
Well, it's a fun time. We had a fun time.
It was a fun time, yeah.
Especially night golf, so.
Yeah, we had the night lights going. It looked, the vibe was nice, the ambiance was nice, but I got work to do. Definitely got work to do. You can check that out on our TikTok, on our social medias. By the way, me on social media, I'm AOS Dev. Ski.
Yeah, I am actually Ski Golf Lab. I got a whole golf channel.
Ski.
So. Yes, sir.
Next, this weekend, I'm actually performing. I have a stand-up comedy set at Stumpy's. I believe it starts at 6:30. I'll probably be on at about 7:30. Come out, support your boy. I'll be out there trying to make people laugh. If not, feel free to throw some tomatoes at me. Red's my favorite color. It won't affect me either way. Ski, what about you?
Being going to a wine tasting this weekend, I'm trying to understand wines better. And let me know in the comments which one's better, white or red. I've had both at regular times. I know I've had a white one that tasted horrible. So maybe it's just I haven't had the right texture yet.
Personally, I'd have to recommend Moscato. That's my favorite if you like things on the sweet side. Red wine's kind of bitter, so it's just kind of reminds me of if I wanted to drink unsweet tea with alcohol in it. Yeah. Not too good. But, hey, thank you guys for tuning in to the pilot episode of Not Your Mama's Podcast. Remember, I would not listen to this in the car with your mama. It's for adults only, younger adults only. But, hey, thank you guys for tuning in. I'm AOS Dev.
And I'm Ski.
Yeah, we'll see you guys next time.